Alright folks, this is the last video of the Lost Files. I found out that I actually have two games that I originally thought I had, and then I realized downstairs I didn't have them, so I deleted them, and then ended up picking up copies of each of the games, and then realized when I just opened this bag up that I in fact did have them. I just didn't put them downstairs because I was waiting to do a pickup video for all these games. Once one of the things came in. Now, I don't know why I didn't do a video on these. I don't understand why I didn't. There's got to be a reason. But let's go right on into it and figure out why I didn't get these done. So, first we'll start with the Nintendo DS. And up first we have the Nintendo DS Internet Browser. Okay. The internet at your fingertips. This is obviously from Nintendo. It's compatible with Nintendo DS Lite. The original Nintendo DS version also available. You can go to Nintendo.com. So the internet at your internet at your fingertips. At home, use your broadband internet connection and wireless access point to transform your DS into a web browser anywhere in your home. You can also connect using the Nintendo Wi-Fi USB connector sold separately. Or on the go, connect to the internet wherever there's a wireless hotspot for quick and easy browsing when you're out and about. So pretty easy stuff. Let me put this back in here. I don't know why these cases aren't staying. Next up for the DS and the last DS game, Backyard Basketball with Paul Pierce on the cover from Atari and other NBA pros as kids. Wireless DS multi-card play for 1 to 2. #1 basketball video game for kids, non-stop slam dunk in action. New NBA plays and strategies, new touchscreen controls, wireless multi-card play, new graphics, courts and environments, unlockable arenas, players and surprises, season play with stats and standings, custom teams and players. The only game with NBA pros is kids. And here you have the Bobcats, the Bucks, the Bulls, Cavaliers, Celtics, Clippers, Grizzlies, Hawks, Heat, Hornets, Jazz, Kings, Knicks, Lakers, Magic, Mavericks, Nets, Nuggets, Pacers, Pistons, Raptors, Rockets, 76ers, Spurs, Suns, Supersonics, Timberwolves, Trailblazers, Warriors, and Wizards. So again, from Atari, we have Backyard Basketball with Paul Pierce on the cover for the DS. Next, for the PS2, we have the greatest hits version of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I normally don't collect greatest hits versions of anything. However, the app that I use has this as something that I actually have to collect for. So, Rockstar Games presents a Rockstar North game. 5 years ago, Carl Johnson escaped from the pressures of life in Los Santos, San Andreas, a city tearing itself apart with gang trouble, drugs, and corruption, where film stars and millionaires do their best to avoid the dealers and gangbangers. Now it's the early 90s. Carl's got to go home. His mother has been murdered. His family has fallen apart, and his childhood friends are all heading towards disaster. On his return to the neighborhood, a couple of corrupt cops frame him for homicide. CJ is forced on a journey that takes him across the entire state of San Andreas to save his family and to take control of the streets. So you can go to rockstargames.com/San Andreas. Soundtracks available on Interscope Records. But anyway, there's the greatest hits version for the PS2. Next to the PS2, picked up World Heroes Anthology from SNK Playmore. You can go to SNKPlaymore.com or SNKPlaymoreUSA.com. You wanted the greatest fighters of all time. You got them in the World Heroes Anthology. 4 complete games on 1 disc. You got World Heroes 2, World Heroes 2 Jet, and World Heroes Perfect. The diabolical Dr. Brown has perfected the time machine and is organizing a fighting tournament to see who really is the greatest of all time. Witness the evolution of 56 characters across 4 games in SNK's greatest fighting game series. Test your strength in a one-fall deathmatch battle in World Heroes. Execute the all-new counter-throw and repelling moves in World Heroes 2. Enter the World Heroes Tournament of Titans in World Heroes 2 Jet. And activate mini-mode in World Heroes Perfect for an added victory bonus if you win, that is. So, from SNK, World Heroes Anthology. Then we also have Art of Fighting Anthology for the PS2 from SNK Playmore. You can go to SNKPlaymoreUSA.com. Got Art of Fighting 2, and The Path of the Warrior, Art of Fighting 3. So, battle the greatest fighters in the world and help Ryu Sakazaki and Robert Garcia on their quest to rescue Ryu's kidnapped sister Yuri. 33 SNK's characters with their own fighting styles and unique moves. See the damage with the automatic zoom in and out feature. Increase your spirit energy for massive special moves. Change the course of a battle with the ultimate KO move. 3 complete Art of Fighting games on 1 disc. So Art of Fighting Anthology for the PS2. For the Xbox, it was an exclusive. It was Sega Sports World Series Baseball. Go deep with Giambi on the cover. Go deep with World Series Baseball. World Series Baseball takes the Xbox field with ultra-responsive controls and the deepest franchise mode in town. Throw in old-school players and unis, advanced gameplay, and more stats than you know what to do with, and you've got the ultimate hardball sim. Run the show with unlimited seasons in franchise mode. Control everything from drafting and trading players to signing free agents and coaches, Hall of Fame legends. Play as or against 25 all-time greats, including Warren Spahn, Ernie Banks, and Reggie Jackson. Flash some leather with authentic big league gameplay, sliding catches, off-balance throws, home plate collisions, and more. The realist, revolutionary 3D head scans for today's stars, signature batting stances, and pitching styles, and player-specific accessories will have you doing double takes. Thinking man's game. Outwit your opponent with pitch-outs, squeeze plays, double switches, and more to win the game within the game. And double up. All-new two-man booth delivers Sega Sports gold standard audio with dynamic play-by-play and spot-on color commentary. So, from Visual Concepts, so we have Sega Sports World Series Baseball for the Xbox. Now for the Game Boy Advance, we have Dr. Mario Puzzle League, 2 games in 1. It's only for the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, GBA, Link Cable, not compatible with Game Boy system. So in Dr. Mario, the doctor is in, and he's got a prescription for Madcap Puzzle Action. As Dr. Mario, you toss vitamin capsules into a bottle to delete a whole host of nasty viruses, and the more you play, the crazier it gets. Whether you catch the fever alone or grab a friend and compete in the 2-player mode, this is one doctor that you'll love to visit. In Puzzle League, get ready to blow your mind with one of the greatest and most addictive puzzle games ever created. Move and match colored blocks to stop an ever-rising stack from reaching the top of the screen. Master the many solo game modes or show off your block rock and moves to a friend in 2-player free-for-all. Once you experience the league, you'll never want to leave. Some multiplayer games require 1 game pack per player and a Game Boy Advance Game Link cable. Multiplayer games are compatible with Nintendo DS. So, Dr. Mario and Puzzle League for the Game Boy Advance. Next to the Game Boy Advance, we have Yoshi Topsy Turvy. Tilt control from Nintendo. Only for Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS. Not compatible with other Game Boy systems or the Game Boy Player accessory. So, Yoshi Topsy Turvy Go Full Tilt. Get ready for a novel game experience as you tilt Yoshi through topsy-turvy worlds brimming with adventure. All of Yoshi's Island is trapped in a pop-up book, and Yoshi can't save it on his own. You'll have to tilt the land around him to clear 6 chapters of mayhem. So all new game control. By tilting your Game Boy Advance, you can tilt the environment around Yoshi to knock over enemies, swing pendulums, and let Yoshi run up walls and leap huge pits. Change it up. To clear chapters, you'll have to transform Yoshi into a ship, a bouncing ball, a balloon, and more. Will this ending be happy? Collect coins, defeat enemies, or race for the finish to complete each course. Bowser's waiting at the end of it all, and he's not happy. So we have Yoshi Topsy Turvy for the Game Boy Advance. For the Game Boy Advance, we also have the Game of Life, Yahtzee, the classic shake, score, and shout dice game, and Payday. It's a 3-game pack from DSi. Only for the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS. Not compatible with other Game Boy systems. So the Game of Life. Practice makes perfect in the Game of Life. Will you go to college or join the working force? Will you get married and have kids? Will you go bankrupt or earn millions in stock and real estate? Anything's possible with a spin of the life wheel. In Yahtzee, a family favorite for over 40 years, throw the dice to build straights, full houses, 5-of-a-kind Yahtzee. And Payday. Payday is a classic family game that makes household finances fun. In the end, what's left does count because whoever has the most money after all the bills and loans are paid wins. So from DSi Games, we have the Game of Life, Yahtzee, and Payday for the Game Boy Advance. And the last game for the Game Boy Advance, Banjo Pilot from THQ. Only for Game Boy Advance, GBA, Link Cable, not compatible with Game Boy systems. Bears no longer need a bird to fly. So you won the races. Will you win the dogfight? 9 playable characters, race through 16 worlds from the Banjo universe. From Rare and THQ, THQ.com. Multiplayer games require 1 game pack per player and a Game Boy Advance Game Link cable sold separately. Banjo Pilot from THQ for the Game Boy Advance. Pretty rare to come by. It's worth a decent amount of money complete. Next, this is pretty rare to find. I was happy to grab it. Is Ninja Gaiden for the Game Gear. Really happy to find this. Wield the Dragon Sword. You are Ryu, the last of the Dragon Ninjas and proud heir of the magical Dragon Sword. This most unique sword empowers its possessor with superhuman capabilities. A mysterious organization has attempted to steal the blade, and you're hot on their trail. Only the skills of a ninjutsu master can enable you to defeat the assassins, rogues, and cutthroats that protect the thieves' lair. Travel across the globe to unravel this international plot. Gather scatter bombs, shurikens, and power waves to launch an all-out assault against your mystical adversaries. Powerballs and scrolls increase the force of your attacks to nearly unstoppable levels. Regain your family's honor and fulfill your destiny as the rightful owner of the legendary Dragon Sword. Multiple weapons give you bone-crunching attacks. Cinema screens unfold the baffling clues to Ryu's quest, and harness ninjutsu magic to blast through the experience. This is a one-player game. Again, looks like from Sega, we have Ninja Gaiden. So, yeah, Sega made it. There you go, for the Game Gear. Now for the Nintendo. Now for the cool stuff. Sorry about this. My allergies are acting up out of fucking nowhere here. Alright, that should do it. First up we have Monopoly. Voice-enhanced animated graphics action video, Parker Brothers real estate trading game. This special Monopoly game brings to life all the wheeling, dealing, money-making fun of the world's most popular board game, and adds the fast action, hands-on excitement of the Nintendo Entertainment System. There's visual entertainment with the animated Rich Uncle Pennybags and community chest and chance cards, and the Speedy Sports Car and other tokens that zoom around the board. Now listen for voice enhancements such as the jailer who kicks Rich Uncle Pennybags out of jail and the digitized sound of the train whistles on the railroad spaces. Like a real estate big shot, you let computer accounting keep track of your cash, assets, properties, houses, and hotels. You can play with real live real estate moguls or take on the computer opponents who might be beginners or savvy big-time traders. The Monopoly game everyone grows up with, plus the Nintendo Entertainment System, all in all, it's a real sweet deal. It's for 1 to 8 players from Parker Brothers. Here you roll the dice on screen, the authentic game board comes to life with computer animation, all the accounting and money management is done for you for lots of fast action and plenty of quick deals. Listen for digitized sound and voice enhancement like when Rich Uncle Pennybags has a run-in with the law. You can see that down there. So you got Monopoly for the NES. This is in pretty damn good shape, by the way. Next up we have another game in really damn good shape. Mario is Missing for the NES. Again, from the Software Toolworks company. Is this the deep freeze for Mario? Deep within his snowbound hideaway, the fiendish Bowser is plotting to do away with Mario by turning up the heat all the way to barbecue. Does this spell meltdown for Mario? 10,000 terrible turtles are trying to broil the tundra and liquidate Mario and the Mario Brothers legend forever. The lone Luigi leaps in, but will he get cold feet? Only you can act fast and help him turn the tables on those reckless reptiles. Can you and Luigi save Mario and the world from a damp and dismal doom? Time is running out. To save the planet from meltdown, you and Luigi must fearlessly explore exotic cities, master mysterious maps, thwart thieving Koopas, interrogate not-so-innocent bystanders, endure entertaining examinations, collect your just rewards, and rescue that practically a popsicle plumber Mario. So, inside Bowser's castle, Luigi takes his first plunge into the unknown, navigate unfamiliar streets of famous cities, track down Koopas and return lost artifacts, and use a globulator to help Yoshi track down Luigi so they can complete their mission and rescue Mario. So, from the All Family series for the NES, we have Mario is Missing. Now, for the NES, we also have The Simpsons Bartman meets Radioactive Man from Acclaim. Listen up, crime fighters. The greatest comic book hero of all time, Radioactive Man, has been kidnapped, and it's up to yours truly to save the R-Man. I'll put all my awesome superpowers to the test when I battle the slimy swamp hag, the evil Dr. Crab, and the bad-tempered Lava Man. Once I wipe these villains out and restore Radioactive Man's powers, we'll take on the brains behind this ugly scheme, Braino the Magnificent. So quit reading and buy this game, or else. That's an order from Bartman, man. So here you got, this looks like a job for Bartman. Will a blast of cold breath put the freeze on Swamp Hag? The terrors of the deep are no match for the mighty Bartman. Danger lurks everywhere in the junkyard, and it's fist against claw in the evil Dr. Crab's lair. So from Acclaim, we have The Simpsons Bartman meets Radioactive Man. And lastly, for the NES from THQ Software, division of THQ Incorporated, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Maximum fun for ages 4 to 10. Moose on the Loose are squirrely heroes. An all-new episode opens in Bullwinkle's life when he finds out he's a lost Earl of Moosechester. He and his pal Rocket J. Squirrel must get from Frostbite Falls, Minnesota to the Abominable Manor in England in order for him to collect his inheritance. Problem is, those two no-goodniks, Boris Badenov and Natasha Fatale, are after the same fortune. Or Natasha Fatale, I think. As Bullwinkle, you'll lock antlers with all sorts of dastardly enemies while avoiding Boris and Natasha's bombastic attacks. Or as Rocky the Flying Squirrel, you're soar into action against villains armed with goof gas. Are you moose enough for this challenge? Stay tuned. Do powerful headbutts as a rampaging moose, dive bomb the bad guys in classic squirrel fashion, and switch from Bullwinkle to Rocky instantly, whatever the situation needs. So this is the last game, Adventures of Rocky, Bullwinkle, and Friends for the NES. Again, all games are complete in box. Thank you for watching. This has been a 3-part series that I guess I'll call the Lost Files video game pickups. And the only reason I've done now is because I realized that I have been, over the last few video game pickup videos, I've actually shown you guys the games where it's not complete and then gone right into the actual game. So that's why I'm doing this now. Might make sense. Also clears up room here in my kitchen, so I can put these games downstairs. So again, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned later today for Scratch Ticket Thursday, and we'll see you next time.